Welcome back to GFX for Dummies. In this video, I'm going to be going over lighting and how to get realistic lighting without having to do all the work. Now, if you like this series, please like and subscribe so more people can see it. And without further ado, let's get into our lighting. Now, to add a light source is pretty simple. All you have to do is go up to this add. And as you can see, there's 4 different light sources. And if you don't want to go up to here every time, you can hit Shift A. And then you can add a light source just like that. Let me just move this up so you guys can see it a little better. Alright, the first light source we're going to be looking at is point. The ease to describe point is it's kind of like a light bulb. It has one light source and it's pretty simple. So if we go into a rendered viewport tab right here, we're going to see that it gives off that light like a light bulb. And as you can see, it's not that strong, so if we turn it up to like 1000, you can clearly see it's a lot brighter. Feel free to mess around with these settings. I normally don't, but I feel like if you do, you might find something incredible. But that's it for point lighting. Our next light source would be sun. Now sun works a little bit different. I'm going to put it up here and I'm going to turn in our rendered viewport. And as you can see, it's not like our point light that it just directly starts where the light is. It kind of works on its own. So let's turn it up so you can see a little bit better. Let's go to 100. It actually works with angles, so you have to change the angle to be able to see it better. So let's change it to 90. And as you can see, there it is. And it's simple enough. It works like a sun, overhead casting. I normally don't like to use that one. I don't recommend that you do, but give it a try if you want. You might find something out that I didn't see. Alright, our second to last one will be spotlight, and it's pretty simple. Well, it's spot, but I just treat it like a spotlight because that's basically it is. So if you go to a rendered viewport, sorry, as you can see, it acts like a spotlight. Now you can always adjust the radius of the spotlight so that light hits stronger at one point, and the area of the light. So just play around with that. You can also move it around as with all the other light sources, but this one's really good to rotate. Now, I mainly use this to highlight characters or highlight something and the area of the light. So just play around with that. You can also move it around as with all the other light sources, but this one's really good to rotate. Now, I mainly use this to highlight characters or highlight something in my scene, but if it's also a very dark scene, I like to use it to cast a nice shadow. And for our last light source, we're going to be looking at area. Now, area is just like spotlight, but it doesn't have that fall off. And it's mainly good for lighting up a whole scene. Let me just turn it up real quick so you guys can see it better. But I mainly use this to light up my whole scene, or just highlight one area of my scene. Now, this is mainly used for like the whole scene. I like to use spotlight to highlight the small things. But this is my main light I use almost every time I start a GFX. Now there is one more light source that isn't really up on that list, which is the emission light source. Now to add an emission light source, all you have to do is you have to have an object, click on it, go all the way down to material and hit new. And then when on surface, you want to hit emission. And then when I turn it up to our rendered viewport, as you can see, the cube will now glow. This is very good if you want to have a light bulb that's on, or if you have like night vision goggles and you want that glow effect. I think emissions is very good for that. But let's turn it up so you guys can see it a little bit better, even though it's showing pretty well. There you go. Now if you always wanted to change the color of any light source, this is going to be the color right here, and all you need to do is just play around with the wheel. There you go. Let me just turn down the emission so you guys can see it's blue. There you go. So that's all the 4 of our light sources. Feel free to play around with those. But to add cheat light source, all you have to do is go into your shading. But I already have it right here. And all you need to do is go to Object, drop down the world. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to go hit Shift A once more. Then you want to search up mapping. Put that right there. Then you want to search up environment texture. Then you want to search up texture coordinate, and then you want to connect it just like this. You want to go to general, to vector, and then to vector, and then the color to color. Now when you go into your rendered viewport tab, as you see, it's going to be pink or purple, however you like to see it. And to change that, all you have to do is go into Polyhaven, or you can use Blender Kit. Now I'm going to use Polyhaven because I'm going to assume that most of you don't have Blender Kit downloaded if you're new. Blender Kit is an add-on you can get for Blender, and it's very useful. I'm going to be going over it in a future video, but for this video I'm going to go to Polyhaven. So Polyhaven is a website where you can not only find HDRIs with textures and models, but we're going to be looking at HDRIs today. Now, what are HDRIs? They're basically pictures that you can use as a light source, and they wrap around your whole scene. So add in a small background if you want. That we're going to be using this one. I didn't pick one in particular, so you want to change that to 8K, and you want to make sure this is on HDRI when you download it. It's as simple as just hitting download. Now, once it's done downloading, it's downloading pretty fast for me. Shouldn't be a problem for you guys. And once it's done, all you want to do is hit open, and you want to go to your downloads. And once you opened up the HDRI from your downloads, all you need to do is go into your vendor viewport tab. And it's going to take a second. But as you can see, it has that lighting in the background, and it's pretty simple. Now, this is the reason why I said that I didn't like sun, because HDRIs are just sun but better. It's not just one light, it can also be many. Now, this works really well for also nighttime scenes. If you grab and once you opened up the HDRI from your downloads, all you need to do is go into your vendor viewport tab. And it's going to take a second. But as you can see, it has that lighting in the background, and it's pretty simple. Now, this is the reason why I said that I didn't like sun, because HDRIs are just sun but better. It's not just one light, it can also be many. Now, this works really well for also nighttime scenes. If you grab a night HDRI, it's going to be pretty dark, and it's going to be very good. Just to create that night effect, and to highlight your character, I would use a spotlight. That's why I just like HDRIs. One thing you have to know about HDRIs is that they're just not even though they are like a cheat code to lighting, I don't think you should use it as your only light source. I think you should build off of the HDRI for your scene. But that's pretty much it for lighting. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, stay tuned. I'm going to be posting about I want to say 2 every day, but 1 to 2 a day is more realistic. But that's about it. I hope you guys have a good day.